Hello, everybody. So, Mike, Jenn, this recent book we reviewed, Fairplay by Rodsky. It was my selection. I wanted to get some variety into this channel, so picked our first nonfiction book. In Cold Blood
is also nonfiction.
Okay, that's nonfiction too. This is the first
I think you'll call this
literary...
like self-help.
Okay, it's a self-help book. It's
it's one of those kind of like books, right?
Yeah, so it is a self-help book. And I just, we're married, and I always want to learn how to be, work towards being a better partner and a better person. So I used to read a lot of self-help books, but wanted to see what it's about.
Yeah, because you found it on a Reddit thread, right?
Yeah, I heard about it on Reddit.
And I found it because I follow Reese's Book Club on Instagram, so I heard about this book for a while, and I saw it on sale one day on...
Oh, it's the actress?
Yeah, Reese's Book Club.
So, basically, this woman, Rodsky, designed a system to help people that have kids and are married, let's say, to divide up the things that must be done in a relationship, in a household, for things to run smoothly and for people to get along. And
to make sure like it's not so much fair, but like to basically unburden one partner and to find ways of communication as well to be like, to help make it balanced.
Right. Well, the issue that she found was that predominantly women in relationships, especially when kids are involved and a household is involved, is that a lot of these duties get put on the woman in the relationship. And it isn't just about the effort that goes into it, but also the time that goes into doing these things, and how it's much harder for someone to be an individual and have, their own life, or the ability to create time to do something that makes them happy or to let them grow. And reclaiming that time in a lot of ways can mean reclaiming yourself.
I think a lot of, she made a commentary too, like how a lot of over time a spouse could feel like they're losing themselves and their only identity is like their children. Basically rediscover yourself, find something that you're revigor your passions, just so you can reclaim a piece of yourself, essentially.
There aren't a lot of statistics involved. There isn't a lot of hard research. It's not what I'm looking for in a book like this. Mm-hmm. Her system is where she does the work of identifying and breaking down all the different, chores or things that would need to be done in a household, essentially, and what they entail, and a 3-step process for basically completing each task. Mm-hmm. And then says, okay, you divide them up. And there are rules to how you divide them up, and there are guidelines, and there are rules.
I think you call it something like create, plan, and execute, CPE.
Something like that. And I was disappointed in this book, because to me, a lot of self-help books are essentially well-meaning cons, where it's sold as a do exactly what I'm saying and all your problems will disappear. And that is so rarely the case. And you don't know if it's real or if it's made up, you really don't. And I just, it's disingenuous to me. It came off as just like all the other, money grab self-help books. Like, I was disappointed, basically. What are your thoughts on it?
I feel like this could be, for some people, maybe a tool. Overall, it was an easy read. It wasn't a hard concept. I like the aspect of how for some, she turned it into quote unquote a game to make it fun so you can work with your partner. But were the ideas and concepts new? No. I think the only thing that made it new is that she turned it into a game. The same things are true in the aspects communicate with your partner. Maybe one partner will have more tasks than the other, but as long as it's shared and it's discussed and fine with your partner, again, communication. But I feel like this book is more geared towards households with kids, where I think maybe this could be maybe help a toolkit to use to help if you feel like certain things are not working for you and you just want to try something new to have your partner help you with daily tasks, or use it as a tool to help you communicate to your partner how things are not really quote unquote equal as far as labor or taking care of the household and the children. I mean, as far as statistics, like, she could have provided a bibliography of where she grabbed these studies, but I don't know. I feel like it was all right. Again, I don't find like anything in this book revolutionary. I think the only thing that made it unique is the card game. She already found the tasks and organized it. You just have to talk with your partner, and it's like a physical aspect so you can visually see, but it's not anything enlightening or new.
There are some concepts in there that are very interesting that I thought.
I mean, there was a couple that like that she talked about, and you came running into the room and be like, this,
and that was one of the things that I thought was interesting. It was affirming for me, but there were other things that I didn't really think about or that were presented in a way that made things click. But it's really about empowerment, you know.
Yeah. I mean, finding empowerment within your relationship to speak up, to say like you're already doing a lot already. Don't add that. Like, you don't need that added pressure. And then you remember that you do have a partner or a spouse who's there.
How long did it take to read? Probably like 8 hours, maybe less.
You can probably read it in a couple days, a week generously.
I mean, for personally, what I took from it, besides the one paragraph or two that was positive, that was affirming,
golden nuggets,
affirming some of my mentality that I can't go into in this video, but the idea that, you know, the way that the process for looking at a task and thinking about breaking it down into its detailed components, I thought that was helpful, you know, because there were things that you do or I do or that we've worked together to do that I didn't fully understand precisely what went into it, you know, and how that adds up. And that I felt like I was, you know, I decided to try to integrate that into some of my philosophy already and trying to, you know, be a better husband, a better partner. You know, if you focus on being a better partner, it's going to make you a better person.
I think the majority of this book is just talking about time, the value of one's time, how each person's time is equal. One is not valued over the other. And like to acknowledge that if you feel like your time is being stripped away from you, you have nothing for yourself, then like there's an imbalance there. She mentioned like if you want to take a class on cooking, you should take it. That should be part of you valuing your time. And if that's 45 minutes once a week, then that's your 45 minutes and your partner can't take that away from you.
I agree. I also want to say this book and any book like it is not a substitute for therapy.
No, I'm not saying that.
No. I'm not saying you say that. I'm just saying I don't think that she focused enough on on therapy. It kind of gave the sense of like, you don't need that.
Yeah, I do believe that, yes, I think if you're having issues and then you're able, because mental health and therapy is a cost and not everyone can afford it, and that's not included in everyone's health insurance. And this is why self-help cons that you say are such a scam and are trending, is because therapy is not readily available for everyone to have.
I agree.
So these kind of books, as you put it, will always exist due to therapy not being ready, and it should be readily available for everyone. I feel like you should, like, if you are experiencing issues within your relationship, and if you are able to, I feel like therapy should always be number one, and getting help. Whether or not you don't have to go to a therapist, you can go to a social worker, whatever in the means that you have and can go to. I think utilize that, and then use these self-help books if you really want to as a tool.
Okay, I agree. I also want to say thanks for watching.
Bye.